Salamat pagi minasan, I'm Mateo and this is manga you may have missed. This manga is a normal, everyday, slice of life manga. Nothing is out of the ordinary here. I mean, look at the title, it's even called My Ordinary Life. However, this manga is better known by its Japanese name, Nichijou. Nichijou was written by Keiichi Arawi. It was published in Shonen A starting in December 2006. It was also serialized in Comptique between March 2007 and July 2008. Kyoto Animation released a 26-episode anime series that aired between April and September 2011. Nichijou was originally going to be released by Bandai Entertainment, but the release of both the anime and the manga have been cancelled. Nichijou is, as I said, a slice-of-life manga. It follows the daily activities of students, teachers, and others in a single town. The main focus is on four girls in particular: Yuko Aoi, Mio Naganohara, Mai Minakami, and Nano Shinonome. Each of them, and the rest of the cast as well, is eccentric in some way that results in comedy. There is no plot other than the observing of the characters' lives. Our story begins with Nano leaving her house, labeled the Shinonome Research Laboratory. I might have forgot to mention that Nano is a robot. Every day she fights a losing battle to hide the fact. It's a losing battle due to the large wind-up key, referred to as a screw, sticking out of her back. She's late for school and leaves an apology to a little girl that she calls Professor, or rather Hakase. The professor, despite being an 8-year-old, invented Nano and various other things. She has graduated from college, yet still acts like a kid. Nano rushes down the street, nervously looking at the watch embedded in her arm. She's running so fast that she fears collision with another student rounding the corner who doesn't notice her. And they do collide, spectacularly, with an explosion that serves as our title page. The title is simply Nichijou Chapter 1. The explosion is large enough to send things as large as a car flying, but we focus on three things: a wooden doll, a figurine called an akabeko, and a slice of raw salmon. Like I said, this manga is completely normal and everyday. Nothing strange here. Nearby, the energetic high school freshman Yuka greets Mio with the phrase Selamat pagi. Selamat pagi is Malaysian. It means good morning. Yuka is surprised at Mio's non-reaction to her foreign greeting. Mio remarks that the forecast predicting rain was wrong. Yuko says not to worry, it might hail instead. Out of nowhere, she is struck by the wooden doll from Nano's explosion. A brief moment is spent contemplating this event before the two begin walking again. Yuko, ever an optimist, remarks that being hit on the head with a wooden doll is not an everyday occurrence. In fact, something as rare as this might even be lucky. It's at this point that Yuko is struck by the akabeko. Mio asks if Yuko has suffered more irreparable brain damage, as Yuko fumes that it's not lucky. Yuko says that the silver lining to all this is that she wasn't struck by a creature. I think we all know where this is going, and I also believe that the anime handles it best.
ついてねゆこ大丈夫まさかの赤べこだよ赤べこ違うついてないんじゃないこう考えればいいんだよみおちゃん当たったのが生ものじゃなくてよかったってそう考えれば不幸中の幸いってあ
Yes, it is salmon. We zoom out from Yuko's trauma to a nearby roof where Nano has touched down after her untimely launch. Unsure of her location, she is nevertheless determined to hurry to school. If she's late, everyone will suspect her of being not normal. She paces around the roof for a couple seconds before realizing that she can't get down. Compounding matters, Nano is missing both her bag and her shoes. Clearly, this is simply too weird. They'd all know she isn't normal. Oh, and her hand's missing too. This is simply too much for poor Nano, and she bursts into tears. Meanwhile, Yuko and Mio have arrived at school without any more encounters with foodstuffs. They enter classroom 1Q and greet their friend Mai. Like Mio, Mai ignores Yuko's Selamat pagi. Depressed, Yuko contemplates dropping the phrase until Mai responds with Selamat malam. This makes Yuko's day. Ecstatic, she walks over to Mai and corrects her grammar. Mio stands to the side, completely lost. Later, it becomes apparent that Nano never made it to school as the teacher, Sakurai-sensei, inquires after her. Yuko wonders if she's malfunctioned. Mio tells her to stop, as Nano is still somehow under the impression that her robotic nature is a secret. Mio says she understands the yearning for something she can't have. Yuko remarks that Mio is referring to her crush on an upperclassman named Sasahara. Mio takes the accusation quite well. At that very moment, Nano is still stuck on the roof, although help has arrived in the form of the roof's owner. Some distance away, the boy she ran into is stuck on top of a chimney, as lost as Nano is. So, what happened to Nano's hand? Well, remember when I said Yuko and Mio had no more encounters with foodstuffs? Well, mystery solved. In Chapter 2, Yuko and Mai run into each other while walking down the street. Yuko greets her in her customary manner, but this time Mai doesn't acknowledge her greeting. In fact, she walks right past Yuko, ignoring her entirely. Behavior such as this from Mai is actually common. She has an odd sense of humor, to say the least. At most, one could call her the perfect troll. She and Yuko have a tradition where Yuko sets Mai up for a joke, or reacts when Mai's behavior varies from the norm. As such, Yuko is undeterred by Mai's indifference. She follows behind her, commenting that her indifference is as big as a mountain. She asks if it is not actually a mountain, producing a microphone from her bag and offering it to Mai. Mai continues to ignore her. I think this joke makes sense in Japanese, but I'm honestly not sure. Yuko waits for a response but gets nothing. Mai walks away. Yuko puts the microphone away, genuinely confused this time. She follows along behind Mai, slightly worried. They stop at a crosswalk, and Yuko says she knows why Mai is mad at her. It's because yesterday at lunch, Yuko stole Mai's broccoli. In repayment, Yuko has brought Mai some broccoli. You see, she realized that Mai liked broccoli after she ate it, and has been feeling sorry ever since. She offers the broccoli to Mai. Mai continues to ignore her and walks across the street. Puzzled, Yuko puts the broccoli away. She is lost as to what could be causing Mai to ignore her. She has screwed up far too much for it to be clear. However, she has an idea and she'll work with what she's got. She must simply apologize. She reaches into her bag and produces hamburger meat, apologizing for taking that from Mai the previous day too. Alas, Mai ignores the proffered meat and continues walking away. Yuko apologizes for taking Mai's apple and her rice and for not taking her black beans. All of this is met with indifference. Panicking, Yuko begs Mai to tell her what she did. She realizes that Mai's problem might not be about yesterday's lunch, but about the day before yesterday, when she broke a carving Mai had made, stole the pieces, buried them, changed her mind, dug them up, and incinerated it. In desperation, she places a hand on Mai's shoulder, which makes Mai finally notice her. Mai removes her headphones, which had been concealed under her hair. Yuko realizes that Mai hadn't been ignoring her, she simply couldn't hear her. Yuko notices that she'd been talking to herself and is relieved until Mai mutters something under her breath. Yuko leans in to hear, and Mai tells her that she hadn't known about the second half of Yuko's confession. Well, crap. The end. The Nichijou anime has a slight storyline. In the first half of the 26-episode series, Nano does not attend school but instead spends all her time at home with the professor and their talking cat Sakamoto. The anime also presents the sketches in a different order than the manga, but doing so does not affect anything as far as the story or humor is concerned. That said, the anime is simply amazing. A tremendous amount of effort and care was put into each over-the-top reaction and dynamic camera angle. The Nichijou anime is one of the rare occurrences in which the anime adaptation is, in my opinion, better than the manga it was adapted from. Even if you didn't like this manga, I would suggest looking up this anime and watching at least the first episode. It's that good. Although an official dub of the anime has been cancelled for the time being, Nichijou is available to watch subtitled, legally I might add, on Crunchyroll.com under the title My Ordinary Life. In conclusion, this is one of the greatest anime I have ever seen, and the manga it was adapted from is just as hilarious. As an example of this, and to pad out the video length, I leave you with wieners.
そんで、うまいと言って締めくくるんです。そいじゃあ一つ、いただきまーす。
Selamat malam.
Don't say it's a crush, but I think I'm falling.
Be gentle, this is my first time.
All day it's just you, till I'm falling.
Cause all my thoughts have no reason or rhyme.
Cause I'm like,
OMG,
I break out in a sweat when it's just
you and me.
Was it weird when we met, or was it
LUV?
That just can't be true.
So tell me why I don't know what to do. Something makes my heart beat run like crazy.
Shabba dabba dee doo up
Turns my brain to mush and visions hazy. You catch my eyes. Oh no, I'm turning red. Maybe it's a fever, time for bed.
But I can't get to sleep, cause you changed how I feel.
And I know in my heart that it has to be real.
Now my hands start to shake, is it fate? I don't know.
So I'll just ask you now.
for the truth, here I go.
Where have I messed up the words, magnified all my flaws?
Can I somehow be saved from this long awkward pause?
Oh, tell me, someone tell me when push comes to shove. Is it like, is it hate? No, it's